I never, ever, ever get tired of that intro music because my brother Adversaricon has written such an amazing record, and I am live from Lincoln, Nebraska tonight because I just laid down some more brutal drums for this record on one of the most intricate pieces I think I've ever played in my career that forced me to think orchestrally in certain forms and fashions. But God damn it, it's time for another edition of Tracks of the Damned. And it's a special one tonight because we got one of our addicts and Morgrot Entertainment colleague, brother, family, all the way around, motherfucking defiler of the crown, Cody Gray, with us tonight. And this is the time to wake every addict up because I know you motherfuckers are not asleep out there. It's time to get over here and get ready to have some more fun because it's been a Monday from fucking hell in one way or another across. But the light at the end of the tunnel has most definitely come through for yours truly, Reaper. So I don't give a fuck how hot it is out there. You can fucking spank me later. I don't give a shit. Adversaricon in the house tonight as well. And we are bringing you probably the top 20 metal releases from 2000 to 2009. And these are our picks. So be, perfectly comfortable giving us your picks as well. Oh, and God damn it, I forgot something. Adversaricon, what is today?
Oh, yes, let's fucking see her.
Got him!
Yeah. Got to kick it off in true Tracks of the Damned on Monday. Oh, so it's gotten a little too hot for Adversaricon already. How you doing tonight, Cody? I don't know. Maybe he can't hear us. Oh, shit. No!
Yep, I'm having technical difficulties.
Hang on, folks.
I can hear him. We can hear him. Oh, we can hear him now.
There we go.
I can hear him.
Okay. So, sorry, the last thing I said was, Cody, how you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing good. How about y'all? I had a shitty day, but it's all fun now.
Man, and that's what tonight is all about because, man, those first 10 years of the 2000s was just so dynamic. Welcome, Kyler. Welcome, Mousepong. Rebecca in the house. Yabelka. What's going on? I don't want to miss anybody. Aaron, my brother, glad you can make it as well. So you all know what to do. Share this shit out anywhere and everywhere. But since we have a special guest tonight, I'm going to forego the usual commercial that we do. So we're just going to get right down to it. So my first pick for this decade is a band that is, hey, Classy Lonnie in the house too. What the fuck? First time ever. What the hell, man? Where you been hiding out? Glad to have you.
I made sure to message him earlier and tell him we were doing this tonight.
Oh, gotcha. Well, you know what? Clinky, clinky. Drinks up, devil's lettuce, fungus, whatever. Let's get down to it. So I had to start. I mean, this was tough all the way around. As any of these kinds of lists we put together, they really are tough. But no specific order. I'm not ranking. I'm just going through what I got. I wanted to start with Ahab, the Call of the Wretched Sea. Ever since Adversaricon had hipped me to them a year or so back, it's been a romance made in hell, and I just absolutely love this record. You know, when we think of Funeral Doom, there's just nobody that does it better. Just amazing vocals, amazing soundscapes, the slow rhythms that just make you feel. I think we talked about it once before, where it just feels like you're being pulled down into this watery grave. So that's my first one.
What a fucking stunning album. Guaranteed, if you're into extreme metal, especially extreme doom, 5 out of fucking 5 stars. This album is fucking perfect. And Reaper, I'm so glad that you brought that one up. It did not even cross my mind. Like,
oh no,
spanking for me, big, bad, really, very bad boy. I just heard huge smacks. Awful. That fucking album is amazing.
Nah, see, we need to get the Christian plastic pony that has the cross on it and smack you with it a few times.
Yeah, hey, guys, I was almost saved today, and
Oh,
this fucker was
this
so
is great.
arrogant. He even told me, "Well, you better be careful." Oh, what should I be careful of? I said, tell me exactly what I should be careful of. And he said, well, you know, hell. I said, give me one example of hell that we actually know of that we can say absolutely. I said, all you're doing, you are high as a fucking kite on the farts of fucking unicorns.
It's like waste your petty sentiment on somebody who gives a fuck, because we sure as hell don't.
Next thing you know, he's going to break out a big paddle with a scarlet cross on it and wear your ass out, beast.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
we were just talking about Ahab, the Call of the Wretched Sea. That was my first pick, so I cannot wait to hear everybody else's. Whoever want to go.
Go ahead, Cody. I think
He may have froze. All right, go ahead there, Adversaricon.
So I've listed now. I've got 8 of these fuckers. So I'll talk. Oh, thank you, Babylon. I love you once again. That is fucking awesome. Yeah.
Oh, good. Cody's back.
I'm here. I'm having internet troubles. It's been going in and out all day. But I don't know if y'all heard any of that. So
No.
Not sadly.
My first pick was Creator's Violent Revolution. It came out on September 25th, 2001. Their 10th studio release. That's a good all-around thrash album to me. Or thrash album, yeah. I guess you say thrash. Better than Anthrax, in my opinion. But
Hell yes. Hey,
I will always take Creator over that shit. And actually, I'll take Creator over most of them. I've said it before, and my opinion will not change. I love
Megadeth, but Dave Mustaine's just stuck in. It feels like he's stuck in a rut. He has the same shit, same vocals, same everything, and it's just doesn't change.
Okay, Babylon. I'm not sure why you went there, my brother, but you did, in true Babylon fashion.
Oh my gosh. That is awesome. All right. Okay. Reaper, you need to have a special edition of one of your shows where you bring Babylon for the second time. And this time, you just need to talk about his priest issues the whole time. I will be there for sure. I want
Moral
to hear all of these because I can tell there's a lot of issues with the priest. You're safe here, Babylon. You are safe here.
At this point, we need to make a movie about it.
You know, behind the priest. I mean, behind the Babylon. Well, just you guys wait till the goddamn program this Saturday, because he shared something with me about I'd say much earlier today of him in a store, and it was rather interesting. Great photo. Can't wait to show everyone. But Mousebong says creator rules. Yes, they do. And I'm so glad to hear that my brother Aaron is feeling so much better after his illness this past weekend. God damn it. Kyler jumped on that train. He said Pope got him. Cody, do you need to share your feelings, sir?
No.
Babylon said, I said that because Cody said his wife was going in and out. I knew that's what you meant.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, I don't know. It was so damn funny.
Babylon's former relationship with this priest keeps coming up every show he's on. And there's got to be a lot of juice behind him, too. Come on, Babylon.
Dude, we'll have to call the special edition Reaper's bedtime stories. It'll be great.
What about Reaper's therapy sessions? And you open up, like it opens up, you're sitting there with the little notepad and glasses, and there's a pull-out couch here he can lay back on and just tell you the story.
Know, got my little glasses on the end of my nose. always gonna leave you feeling moist afterwards.
I think that priest left him more moist than anybody. I don't think you could top that.
Babylon says Jesus juice. Yeah, apparently. Tyler says we need TED Talk. Sweet. Alrighty, god damn. By the way, stellar fucking weekend, everybody. Love you all so much. That was just an absolute blast this past Saturday on the goddamn program. All right, Adversaricon, what do we got, man?
All right. Well, I have 8, but I have 3 honorable mentions because I thought I was only supposed. Oh, I can't go on when Babylon writes something like that.
I'm so sorry. I couldn't resist because what the fuck? I could see it in my head, and it was horrifying.
Well, so I have 8. 3 of them are. I'm going to do the last 3 are my honorable mentions. I'm going to start out with Triptychon. It came out on July 13th of 2010. It is called Epistera Daimones. This is what, after losing so many of the members for Celtic Frost, and after a stellar Death Doom pretty much album of Monotheist, I think that came out in like 2004, Tom G. Warrior decided to go on his own and form Triptychon. And this is fucking doom, but fucking weird and a bit dissonant as well. I love it, and he's added a lot of female vocals into this as well. It's beautiful and eerie, dark, creepy, and satanic. It's really flipping amazing. Fucking love this album. But it is Triptychon, and it is called Epistera Daimonis.
Mousepong says, I recently listened to this Triptychon album and it's pretty awesome. Fuck yeah, absolutely. Babylon says, sorry guys, I'll tuck it back and tape it into place. Oh my goodness. God damn it. Mousepong says it has cool weirdo tracks. Yes, it does. And that's kind of the point. He had a lot of different creative type stuff that he wanted to do, and I think it's just a fantastic record. Classy Lonnie says, phenomenal album. Absolutely.
Also, all of my 8 albums, I have this thing where my top 30 albums of all time, I collect them on vinyl. Excuse me, and I'm putting them. I'm framing all of them and going to fill my wall in my metal cave with all of these albums. All 8 of the albums that I'm discussing tonight are all, to me, 5 out of 5 stars. They're fucking stunning bangers.
Oh, absolutely, man. Oh, let's see. Next on me list. This is so fucking tough because it's like, which ones do I leave as honorable mentions? But I gotta go with, and I hope I say this right. It's Dark Funerals, Diabolus Interium.
That's a good one.
Just a fucking
really
sick fucking record. Came out in 2001. And I'm sorry, folks, for not having all my super facts like I normally do. I just got out of the studio, so I didn't get a chance to get all my homework. So if you want to spank me, go ahead and whip out the paddle. But this album is one of the first ones I heard by them, actually. And it's just... Oh, actually, it was released on the September 24th, 2001. Hey, I found it. Sweet. Awesome. So now you know. But just fucking ferocious. I absolutely love it. There's not a track on there that I don't dig. Yeah, that's about as the most I can go with it at the moment. It's something I still jam out to this day. If you are a black metal fan and don't know who Dark Funeral is, shame on you. But this album should definitely be in your collection.
Yep. Really good. One of their most solid. Really had come into form by the time this album came out. Nothing like really separates them from everybody else. Their costumes are outstanding, though, but it's good, straight
Very
up,
original.
super satanic, really good black metal.
I mean, that's what I love best about it. And they're unapologetic about it. They'll be as blasphemous as they want to be. And it's not like they're overdoing it. I think it's very natural for them.
Mm-hmm.
It brings a mystique to what they're doing and just all around badassery. So.
All
All right, Cody, what you got for us?
All right, my second album's a Greek band. It's their 7th studio release. They're kind of dark, melodic, have a heavy orchestra presence in it, and it's Septic Flesh Communion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a kind of album based on mythology with heavy Egyptian and Sumerian in it. And it's really melodic, really heavy and dark at times. They have a song mentioning H.P. Lovecraft and everything to the God Anubis and everything like that. So it's a really heavy, dark, melodic album.
Absolutely. I don't mind them. I can say that. I don't mind them. There's good and bad orchestration.
Yeah, for sure.
If it's a little too heavy or it's too from the forefront, that's when I kind of, that was my whole problem with Dimmu Borgir. The more the orchestral parts really started to really overtake everything that they were doing as a band, I felt like a lot of shit suffered. But not a bad record. Definitely. Man, as a matter of fact, there, Classy Lonnie, he goes, is that the one with the demon pinching his nipples on the cover? Yes, that is correct. He was talking about Dark Funeral. But there's just so many goddamn comments.
Mouse Bonk's given her first pick.
Oh, yeah, she sure did. And it was one of mine. But it's a damn fine one, I will say that. If I can get it to come up. She says her first pick is Opeth Blackwater Park. Yup. I can now not say that on my list, so thank you for helping me with that. She says beautifully epic, proggy, doomy goodness. Not a bad track on the whole record. Oh, it's absolutely phenomenal. Kyler's got one too. As a matter of fact, his first pick is Korn, See You on the Other Side, and Untouchable. Those two albums got me through high school. Sure, absolutely. Damn fine records. Aaron says music is very powerful to help us with our feelings. I mean, it truly does. And I was having this conversation yesterday with our co-host on the goddamn program about the soundtrack of our lives. And literally, there are songs, albums that through the years really do kind of, tell our tale, as it were. So I totally believe that. All right. Go ahead there, Abasar Khan.
All right. My next one is going to be Cattle Decapitation, The Harvest Floor. This album came out on January 20th, 2009, and I saw them about 2 weeks after that album came out. The first time I got to hang out with Dave McGraw, Josh Elmore, who I'm pretty good friends with now, and Travis Ryan, who I'm pretty decent friends with, and got to have some nice smokes with Travis Ryan. He's a big pothead. Like I have a Cattle Decapitation grinder from the last show. This album is my favorite album out of all of the Cattle Decapitation catalog. This is when their proggy, dissonant, weird shit, to me, perfectly melded. Half of the time you think they're black metal, and then they're fucking grind, and then they do really weird, I don't want to call it mathcore shit, but just really fucking bizarre. But Josh is such an amazing, phenomenal guitarist that when he does it, it's so quick. It's so tasty, though. But if we could just slow what he's doing down a little bit, I think it would be even more kind of avant-garde than what it is. It's so fast what he does, and not everybody can pull off those guitar licks that he does. But this is
No, definitely not.
And the production on this album, we finally got to have some gravity beats by Dave McGraw. And he really doesn't want to do them much anymore these days. But he is a fucking monster behind the kit. Big dude, too. If he hits you, you're fucking going down. Big old dude. Really, really nice guy. If you're a musician, man, he'll talk to you all night long. If you're a drummer, holy shit. So good.
And I literally, especially as a drummer myself, I literally feel that there's just, you get to a point where there's only so much you can do. Although I have discovered a secret weapon, which I will talk about with Adversaricon at another time, that I desperately need to get because I've watched
Sorry, go
literally.
ahead.
No, you're good.
You can't really see.
On this piece of equipment, and I think it's going to take Reaper's drumming extremely to the extreme.
Oh wow, cool.
Going to say, I've seen it debuted at NAMM, and it must be part of my collection because what it can do, especially for a guy that is my age, drumming is a workout. Okay, I'm just going to tell you, it is the triple double pedal.
Ah, cool.
So it can take your basic 16th notes and add the extra 32nd note to make it go without putting so much effort into it. And I'm like, if I'm playing with Adversaricon, I need to up my game. So I'm definitely getting this motherfucking pedal after doing this record because I felt like I shit blood today. Grandpa needs a little bit of helpers. So I just don't even care, though.
You're doing a 13-minute song live. You're going to need something.
Well, where I went into my head, I went back to the originators of doing a song that fucking long and have it be so precise is Merciful Fate. The Fall of Satan is a 12-minute Satan's Fall. That's what it is. It is a very long, like 12, I don't know, about 12 and a half song. And I listened to it right before I went and did my session today. And that's how I pre-gamed. Because I'm like, you know what? Kim Rust was a fucking monster. Very underrated drummer. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I know I got off topic there. But the album that I definitely have spoken about many times when we've talked about this band, because I feel like it is probably one of the most experimental albums that they have ever done, because they had a different guitarist who introduced a little bit more of a doomy aspect to what they do. And yeah, you're going to be like, when I say the name of this band, it's Cannibal Corpse. And they put out a record that is not like any other record in their catalog. And that is The Wretched Spawn in 2004. There are slow grooves. They're so almost kind of not necessarily atmospheric, but just open chords with simple notes in some of the tracks before they give you their traditional onslaught. There's one track that's just so fucking doomy, it's ridiculous. I fucking love
it when they're doomy. And they did it on the most recent album. And to me, that's my favorite track on the album.
You see what I'm saying? They have these moments where they can groove, but then they can slow it way the fuck down and just kind of, give it a slower chug. And I can't get enough of that particular record, so it had to go on my list.
Really good, really fucking good album.
Ooh, there's a good one. Mousebomb said Blut aus Nord, the work which transforms God 2003. French one-man band that is very loud, intense, and dissonant. The songs will teleport you to other worlds. I agree with that. Nice.
Yes, these and Bluthaus Neard are fucking pioneers, especially in dissonant metal. They weren't quite as dissonant. I think it was until like after about like 2012, 2013. They had one album that was really kind of like atmospheric black metal. I think it was like 2012, 2013. Fucking amazing album. But they were always super pioneering in,
Yeah.
God, I mean, almost like Johann Sebastian Bach. The way some of the writing is done. I'm trying to remember the album. Mousebong will remember it. We were talking about it last night. I think it was a 2008 album. Just the way it's written, it's even melodic, but the way it builds and rolls, it's like you're going through Virginia and the rolling hills. It's so good.
Hell yeah. Let's see. Classy Lonnie gives one to us. Shape of Despair, Angels of Distress is his first pick. All right. Not bad. I'll have to check that one out. Not sure how it's not or somehow got past me, but I will definitely check that out. What you got there for us, Cody?
My next one is In Flames Soundtrack to Your Escape. Come out on March 29th, 2004. This kind of an album that a lot of fans gave them shit for because they had a sound change during it. But for me, it was my introduction album to In Flames. So after I listened to it, I went back, listened to Destra Race and Clayman and all of those. And a few years after this one, in I think 2006, Come Clarity come out. I've been a fan of them ever since. It's just real melodic and heavy and all around good Swedish death metal album.
Can't go wrong with that shit. Sweden, like I said, I mean, they have a phenomenal music scene in general, but In Flames is, I do like a lot of their stuff. So that's a very, very excellent pick.
And everybody's saying that the new album has really kind of gone back to their roots. It came out in January.
It has.
I've gone through one time, and it's a really, really well done. To me, a very welcome album.
Meet Your Maker on that album was fucking killer. It sounded so much like old Anders' vocals on it. It was amazing.
Hell yeah. Kwong says, nice, Cody. I haven't thought about that record in a long time. Well, maybe it's time to go back and give it another spin. That's what the show is all about. For sure. Class Lonnie says, thank you for not picking Reroute to Remain.
Yeah.
I feel that.
One, and they had I think another one was called A Sense of Purpose. They kind of just, that one fell off to me. It didn't sound anything like In Flames to me. And then, like I said, they come out with this most released one, Foregone, and it's like we right back to early 2000.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right, at the same time, man, everybody is just doing excellent picks tonight. Very, very awesome from the Attic section.
So I saw this band, Lamb of God,
Oh, shit. Yeah.
on December 7th, 2007 for the first time. And I couldn't wait. I got this album about 3 weeks after it came out. I'm talking about Sacrament. It came out on the 22nd of August in 2006. I don't care what anybody fucking says. This fucking album is fucking amazing. And if they could get Flood to produce them again, I would be really, really happy. He stressed the band out, and I have the DVD on them making it. And they don't like Flood, but Flood fucking brought the best fucking riffs out on them. There is no album to me after the first four. There's no album that really touches. And when they went to a different producer who had been producing Avenged Sevenfold, I really didn't like the follow-up, which was the album Wrath. Didn't like that one at all. But Sacrament, I went fucking nuts for it. They all had long hair at the time. They all did windmill headbanging the whole fucking time. It was a bit doomy. Their set was almost always with green or blue lights the whole time. It was so fucking good. But this album, to me, is banger after banger. My favorite track off it is Walk With Me in Hell. If you don't know Lamb of God, then I don't know where you've been. But to me, if you've tried their newer stuff and you don't dig it as much, to me it's good. But go to Sacrament, go to Ashes of the Wake, and As the Palaces Burn. Those are excellent, excellent albums. I have this one on a special edition vinyl, and I fucking love this album.
Back in, this is a Reaper story time from the road. We happened to headline a Lamb of God Slipknot after party, which was right across the street from the stadium that they were playing. Now, this was back during those times. Actually, it was exactly that tour. And we had just finished our set. I was in a band at the time called Hellbent, which was just a straight up fucking death metal band. And as we were playing, we saw Lamb of God members starting to come through the crowd, and we ended up finishing our last song, and then suddenly they all got on stage and said, well, would you mind if we used y'all's equipment to play a couple songs, and we want you guys to fucking rock out with us. Bought us all rounds of fucking Jägermeister. And we were up there on stage with fucking Lamb of God. We're like, okay, yeah, you want to beat the shit out of my drums? You go for it, motherfucker. Oh, what a fucking epic night that was. Yeah, little story from an old tour back in those days.
I seen them live back in February with Pantera, and like Randy Blythe still gives that shit everything he's got. He's up jumping off the high rise where the drums are. He's jumping off, landing. They changed their lights a lot during the show. They had like blue and pink, and then I think Walk With Me in Hell, they changed it to red and orange, but it's still a pretty damn good show.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. Like Chris Adler is a lefty, so he had to switch your kit around a little bit, unless he's that fucking amazing, which he really could be, to play it right-handed.
Oh, he worked with it. And then after that, we got a bunch of fucking pictures together. We did so much. Let me tell you something. We did so much Jägermeister that night. I don't remember how I got home, but it was worth it. And all part of Reaper's biopic coming soon, never. Anyway, so that was just a really, really, really good time. And what was crazy was Slipknot was up in the VIP watching us too. Now, this is when Joey Jordison was still with them. So to me, having those two drummers in the house and giving a nod to what I was doing at the time, yeah, that was pretty cool. I felt good about that. Yeah. Anyway,
Babylon's got a comment for everybody. He might get everybody going with this one.
What, this one here? Ooh, beat my skin, fellas.
Fucking Babylon. Yeah, did we mention this is an 18+ show? Maybe not as much as the goddamn program, but it's like we go there.
You ain't down if you ain't moist.
Classy heavy metal.
Love it. Aaron says, hell yeah, that's awesome. Kyler says Lamb of God and Slipknot was my first concert. Nice, man. So you must have caught that tour. I played with them in Cleveland. He says I show my age. Mine was Alice Cooper. Dude, there ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with the Alice Cooper of old, in my opinion.
All right, Mouse. We need to go around the horn now for everybody's first concert.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Mine,
Mouse Pong says Jaeger makes me strong like Popeye and his spinach. Oh, I love it. Classy Lonnie says my first concert was Alanis Morissette. I got to give you kudos for even saying that, man. That's awesome. For real. No, seriously. That's pretty badass. Yes. Mousebong says my first concert was an Ozfest, not counting the local shows. Badass. And Babylon comes back with Fancy Feast moist treats. Mousebong says Jagged Little Pill was my shit back then. I could totally see everybody getting down to that record because at the time it was pretty different. A little bit more alternative, if you will. Babylon says mine is pretty weak. It was Tesla. Tesla was not exactly a bad band. They just, I don't know. At least they weren't total hair metal, I guess. So Babylon said drunk.
I would have wanted to see them back in the day, like late 80s.
Sure.
88. I would have gone to that fucking show. I was really into punk, but that fucking Love All Around You song, whatever it was, that was a damn good song.
Hell yeah. Dude, Classy Lonnie, excellent fucking show. I did see Typo and Cold Chamber together. Hell yeah. Excellent show. It was definitely something. It was a different experience.
My first show was all by myself, and I've already said this several times if you've caught this channel before. Twisted Sister on the Stay Hungry tour, and they opened for Iron Maiden on the Power Slave tour. And of course, it was the first time. I think I just said this fucking Saturday night. It's the first time I ever smelled weed, and I fucking have loved it ever since.
My first concert was a band from Memphis called Ghost Gear. Another one is called Rolling Godsmack.
Gonna have to say it again.
Try it again.
So my first concert was a band from Memphis called Pro Gear. Another one from Illinois called Rolling Godsmack.
Oh, okay. And Godsmack.
Yeah.
Gotcha. No, not bad. Not bad at all. Babylon goes on to say, oh, hold up. It was actually LA Guns. I was still drunk. That's hilarious. Shit. My first concert? Fuck. Oh, he'll be back. Don't worry. He'll be back. My first concert was it was Ozzy and fuck, who opened up for him? Some lame ass band. I think it was Kix.
Yeah, they were fucking lame.
They were fucking horrible.
Which Ozzy tour was that?
I want to say
No More Tears or the No Rest for the Wicked? Okay.
It was No More Tears. Yeah, it was pretty lame.
Your parents kept you at bay for years because I know you were chomping at the bit to go to a show. Yeah,
I begged all the time. That's why it took me 30 years to see the King. Diamond. That is, because they wouldn't let me see them. That just made me want to go more. I drew all kinds of extra pentagrams and everything that year. I'll never forget. Oh shit. Aaron says, I saw an ex of mine get kicked in the face at a Mudvayne show. Awesome. Nothing wrong with that. All right, let's get back into it here. So my next pick is probably a little bit controversial to some folks just because I don't think people really realized the direction that Vinny and Dime was going, especially on this record. In my opinion, it remains one of the heaviest records. And they were about to turn a new chapter before, things unfortunately with Pantera kind of blew up. But Reinventing the Steel was released on March 21st, 2000. Did it have the same commercial success as some of the ones preceding it? Not necessarily, because there was just so many bands. And that year alone, 2000, was like a pivotal point in metal history. But I really, really dug the innovativeness on this record, especially, the playing between Dime and Vinny with some of the time changes. Phil's voice was fucking fantastic. I wish I could have saw that tour. But I didn't.
One of my favorite songs by them is on that album. Yesterday Don't Feel Shit.
I kind of want to kick Phil in the nuts for fucking, his fucking drug issues and kind of delaying and kind of droning Pantera. Like, that album is really good, but it wasn't, I don't know, promoted, or I think if you guys want to go back in the archives, we have done all of the Pantera albums. We've ranked them. And it's a really solid fucking album. But I've always felt like Phil was the weak link, especially the last two albums. I don't think he was as good. I felt like Dime was fucking on it, and Vinny, of course, always fucking on it. Rex is a fucking boring ass fucking bass player. Rex, you fucking suck. Yes, I'm jealous of you, but you fucking suck. But I'm not impressed by Rex at all. Fucking the weakest. Just replace him with put Rudy Sarzo in there from old Quiet Riot and early Ozzy Osbourne. Fucking Rudy Sarzo's fucking awesome.
I feel it. I mean, I think it's different for everybody. I truly do. I didn't mind Rex. I still don't mind Rex. I mean, he's played some of the most iconic music with that band. His sound, though, I think could have been stronger, a little bit different, and not so, I don't know. It always seemed like there was an effects on his bass. It could have been a little nastier. That's what I would say for Rex as a bass player. But Vinny and Dime on that album, they, like I said, they were knocking fucking doors down. They really, really were. And if anyone's actually gone back to that last Hell Yeah record that I had talked about a few weeks back, hopefully you checked out that track, because that shit that Vinny and Dime were working on right before, the tragedy, what they would have come up with. You know what I'm saying? But to me, this is their heaviest record. It's the riffage. It's the fucking mind-numbing, powerful rhythms with rhythmic changes that it's just like, how the fuck do you do that? You know what I mean? We think about some of the great bands like, you know, you mentioned fucking Cattle Decapitation, all, you know, any of the black metal bands. I mean, just amazing musicianship. But, you know, when it comes to groove, nobody had it better. So I had to mention it.
You built
Even with seeing Pantera live.
Iron Maiden was my first concert. Awesome. Hell yeah. What was that there, Cody?
Said even with seeing Pantera live, you couldn't hear Rex's bass very much at all during the whole show. It was
Nope.
I don't know if he just had it turned down so Zach could showcase what he does and pushing a dime through or what, but it was really, you really didn't hear much of it at all.
Well, my point is really, as a technical bassist, he's fucking boring. His bass lines are really, really fucking boring. And he plays with a fucking pick. If you play with a pick, you're so limited as a bass player. And he's like, there's nothing impressive about what he does. There's nothing impressive that stands out on not even one of their albums. Like an interview with him, I just don't give a fuck. Like Phil, Dimebag, and it is hard, but he didn't even fucking muster up. There are no. It's like he never listened to Geezer Butler. He never listened even to Lemmy Kilmister, who plays with a pick. Lemmy's fucking bass lines in the presence of his fucking bass is fucking heavy. It's fucking nasty. Rex is just.
When I saw Pantera at Ozfest, I can honestly say that there was no Rex. You saw him. He was running around. His hair was whipping. But damn it, the only thing you really heard was Dime, Vinny, and Phil. They were the show.
That's the way it still is.
And the thing that really gets me there is then you see Type O right after that, all on the same show, and you heard every single fucking tasty lick from Peter Steele. That tells me something. You know what I mean? It's, you know, I don't know. Maybe he's a sloppy player. But, you know, I've always called Vinny and Dime the unit, and they are a unit for a reason.
You get the chance to go see him now. It's Charlie Bennett's filling in for Vinny, and it is his name, Charlie Bennett.
Yep.
Yeah, him and Zach both, they're pushing Dime and Vinny really well, even live.
Yes.
Zach still has his sound. You can still tell it's Zach Wild by his distinct sound, but he's pushing Dime's everything so fucking well.
There's no two other players that could even come close, in my opinion.
Exactly.
I don't care if people want to smack me in the face. Those two motherfuckers knew every lick, every sound, everything of those two guys. That's how close they were. You know what I mean? But I digress.
And both of them are guys that I would fucking love to drink Jaeger with, drink beers. And I'm not a beer drinker, but I fucking drink beer with those two guys.
Charlie, yes, but Zach knows. That is off the sauce, man.
I think it's Benante, Charlie Benante. Yeah, yep. Charlie Benante is fucking, what a nice guy. All of his interviews, like, you just want to hang out with him. What a cool dude. Just like most metalheads. No arrogance, just really sweet. Fucking Babylon. Okay, Babylon, tell us what your recipe was for tonight to come up with what you're coming up with. Is this 3 glasses of Chardonnay and
nope.
Some really like 250 milligrams of gummy?
He said he's sadly sober tonight.
Wow. Go Babylon. Yeah. Babylon's just a genius. He's a fucking comedic genius for us.
What do we got next, y'all?
Is it me? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. We changed orders,
All right.
sort of.
So, all right, we're going to go to November 9th, 2010. And this is a band that fucking took the torch from Obscura and said, we're bringing this into fucking black metal. And I'm talking about, they're from France, a bit controversial and some maybe kind of Nazi fucking shit, but I don't care. I can't understand what the fuck they're saying most of the time anyways. The fucking music is fucking brilliant. I'm talking about Death Spell Omega Heraclitus. This album came out the day after my birthday, November 9th, 2010. For some reason, I was thinking it was like 2007, but it was 2010. This album is such an album of inspiration for me. I listened to it not long after the Cattle Decapitation album. I saw Cattle Decapitation with Psyopus. Psyopus is kind of a mathcore, super dissonant, fucking kind of a little bit like mathcore, a little bit more like hardcore, really fucking heavy hardcore, but super crazy shit. If you want to listen to a really, really, really good album, I could have put that one on here. It's Psyopus. God, it came out in 2009, right? Either late 2008 or early 2009. It's so fucking good. But this Heraclitus album, so you do hear a little bit of tremolo picking with it, but they're off on some dissonant shit like jazz. It makes you think of jazz. They're hitting dissonant notes that just don't belong in normal melodic metal. And this is what I love. Bluthaus Nord now does this stuff like to perfection. They put out a few more albums. They put out like maybe 6 more albums after this, but nothing compares to fucking Death Spell Omega's Heraclitus, especially for its time in metal history and for black metal. It took black metal that was arguably a bit stagnant at the time. You know, Satyricon was going on with kind of black and roll, which I fucking love. I don't give a shit if it's not pure black metal. But Heraclitus took off where Gorguts Obscura kind of really took metal and just fucking exploded it and said, unholy fucking hell, this is where the future of metal is headed.
Right.
Love this album. Thank you, Death Spell Omega, for this album. And it has an instrumental on it. I forget the name of the instrumental, but it's so fucking good. If you're a fan of jazz, dissonant, weird stuff, you want something a little bit different, off the beaten left-hand path, then fucking go for Death Spell Omega.
Fuck yeah.
5 out of 5 fucking stars. Pioneers in fucking black metal.
Hell fucking yeah, man. Absolutely. All right. What you got for us there, Cody?
My next one is it's a debut album. It's Mudvayne's debut album, Lethal Dosage 50. Come out on August 22nd, 2000. I love Chad's vocals on this album. He killed it. And that bass intro to Dig, real heavy bass, and then just everything accents his vocals real well. Death Bloom was one of my top songs off that album. It's just a real fine mixture of clean and scream vocals. It's an all-around good American metal album to me.
I honestly have to say with this band, because, you know, at this time there are so many gimmick bands. In the early 2000s, it almost just became I don't know, just a household thing to do. But with these guys, you know, not for nothing, because, you know, most of them were meth heads at the time, but they were a thing to see. They were energy personified. You could definitely get down with this shit. It didn't matter exactly, you know, what genre of metal you liked the most, but you cannot deny some of those powerful, powerful songs off that record. I remember when I seen them, I said, you know what? This makes you want to go and break shit. Like, you know what I mean? With all the fucking nu metal bullshit going on at that time, I thought that they were a much darker kind of, you know, nu metal-ish, whatever you want to call it. So I could get behind that. Absolutely. That's a great
I don't really see. They have a few little elements of nu metal in there to me, but to me this album wasn't nu metal to me. It was more heavy, more progressive, and darker than
definitely dark.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a great pick. What's your take on that, Adversaricon?
Yeah, it's an album. I think I ended up buying that album about 2004, and I really liked it. It's solid, really, really good.
I have to agree with Mousebong on this. I remember seeing the Dig music video on the TV every second of the day. That's how much they really lit it up because of their presence. You know, the funny thing was it was almost like a contest. If you guys remember back to, you know, the days of Headbangers Ball and stuff. It's like Coal Chamber, Mudvayne, Coal Chamber, Mudvayne, Coal Chamber, Mudvayne, Korn. And then they would just like over and over and over, just like fucking cram it down your throat on that channel. But it was cool though. You know, it wasn't fucking Pearl Ham.
When I was a teenager at that point, MTV had really stopped playing music videos. And I found a channel called Fuse, and it had a show called Uranium on there.
Yeah.
And they played every fucking thing on there. And that's where I first seen the actual music video of Slipknot. They played Vermilion. And then they was playing everybody else at the time, Mudvayne, everybody like that. So I didn't get the MTV with the music videos.
Yeah, you know, they truly were the underground at that time. It's not that they were like at the top of the crop or any bullshit like that. It's just they were like this new aggressive form of, I don't know if you would call it mainstream metal or not, but it was something that the kids could really get behind. And I mean, I've seen all of them live in those days, and I thought they were really, really good. But you know, it's one of those things. Too many hard drugs, and it fucks your career for a minute. All right, yeah, marketable metal, absolutely. It was definitely marketable. I agree with you, Aaron. But at the same time, I mean, think about it. At 2000, the youth was so motherfucking pissed off after the 90s. It was like, that's what it took. You know, Korn came out with their first record. And then Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids. Yeah, I said the Spooky Kids. That's when Manson had balls. And then did a record like, oh, I don't know, Antichrist Superstar.
What was his guitar player or bassist? Was Twiggy? Him and Twiggy together was nuts.
That's because Twiggy was a badass. You know, it's not that he was a fantastical bass player, but for what they were doing, Twiggy really played the fuck out of that shit. And you could hear him, which is great. I thought he was really, really good for that. But my next pick, a lot of people are probably going to give me shit for it, and I don't care. So there is one of the kings of thrash or speed, whatever you want to call it. I never put this band in the thrash category in the first place. I really felt that they were more speed metal. That was just me. But after a huge, monumental success of a record of Seasons in the Abyss. And then with one member change, you had a couple of shit albums. You probably already know who I'm talking about. We're talking about the almighty Slayer. I mean, there were 2 records that just fucking sucked after Dave Lombardo's departure. I mean, Dave was definitely, I don't know, essential to everything that Slayer did. Nothing against Paul Bostaph, because Paul Bostaph is a good drummer. He always has been. But it wasn't until the mighty Hanneman, and I'm going to say this again, Hanneman helped to create God Hates Us All. In my opinion, one of the most innovative, heaviest fucking record that I've heard from Slayer in a long time, with crushing grooves. Like I said, some people can kick me right in the tits. I don't give a shit. I'm telling you, when I heard that track, God Hates Us All, I was like, you know what? Fucking Slayer is back and they mean business. Not only was the front cover banned all over the place, which in my opinion, true Slayer fashion. But there are just so many tracks, Bloodline, and so many other awesome fucking tracks on this record. If this one doesn't want you to get you to want to murder things, something's wrong. I think it's a fantastic record. If you haven't gotten down to it in a while, please check it out.
All right. If you were going to rate that one out of 5 stars, how would you rate that one?
And well, you know, that's where it really kind of comes down to it. I would give it, and some people might say, well, you just said such great things, a 4.2. That's what I would give it. A 4.2. Because it's not Lombardo. We're missing the great village of Lombardo. If Lombardo played this record, it would be a 5 out of 5. I love the lyrical content. Tom Aray's voice hadn't sounded better. Actually, it did sound better than everything pretty much before then. It was great. He didn't have any cracks in the voice. He was powerful. He sounded mad. And, I mean, he delivered. He really did on this record. I'll give him that.
All right. Mousebong says, fun fact, I was listening to God Hates Us All when 9/11 happened, and they turned on all the TVs in class.
Yes! That's fantastic. A soundtrack of our lives. See? I'll go for that.
And Mousebong wants to kick in the tits too. She doesn't want the kick in the tits. She wants to kick you in the tits.
She says, "Nah, we won't kick you in the tits," is what she said. Fun fact, I like that shit.
Uh-oh.
Go. All right. There we go. What do we got next for him, Adversaricon?
Oh, this is my #1 favorite metal album of all time, and it's not extreme metal at all. I've already talked about this several times. I have the really beautiful special edition on vinyl. Fucking love this album. When I played it for at least a year as I was preparing for my first big art show. I was a painter before my daughter was born, when I had the freedom to do that type of shit. And I worked a whole year so hard in my studio, and my two albums that I wore the fuck out of those CDs was Bjork's Vespertine and Tool's Lateralis. So Tool's Lateralis album came out May 15th of 2001. This is, to me, such art, such beauty, tribal drumming, bass lines that fucking matter. And God, I forgot his name, but what's his bucket? Plays bass with a pick, but he plays fucking bass lines that stand out and fucking mean something all of the time. Really good bass lines. Everything about this album, for me, this is my favorite metal album of all time. Tool's Lateralis. Yeah, it's soft, it's beautiful, it's proggy, but it's fucking amazing album to me. Great videos. You can go back to any of the videos that came out, Schism, with this album, and they're so fucking good.
I can get behind that by saying that is when Tool had heart. Tool is just not Tool anymore to me, but on the record that you chose, they were at like the top of the crop. I mean, that was just such a huge fucking record. One of their best.
Like Anima came out like 3 years before. That's a fucking amazing album as well. But Lateralis just took it to a new level. I thought 10,000 Days, although very good, especially like I love the song Vicariously. I think that's an outstanding song. But I really love the newer one. It's a softer version of Tool, but to me, it's a really matured version. I never made a bad album to me. And
no,
somebody who
definitely not.
Really, truly loves extreme metal like I do. I fucking am nuts over extreme metal, but this stuff is also like, this is some genius art metal. 100% genius art metal.
I'm back. Yes, absolutely. All right. So, Cody, what you got for us?
This is the last one I actually wrote notes down for. So it's Soilwork Stabbing the Drama. It come out on February the 28th of 2008. It was their 6th studio release. It's just really heavy Swedish metal to me.
Fuck
like
yes.
I love their. I said this on another album, but I love when a band can go from having growls to clean vocals and dance back and forth, and it mend well. And this album does that to me. The best song on the album to me is called "The Crestfallen." That's my favorite song off the whole album. But the title track's still pretty good too. But it's just a really good Swedish metal album.
I 100% agree. This was my introduction to
It was mine as well.
And I saw them on this tour. They opened up for Fear Factory and Strapping Young Lad. What a great show. You get to see Devin Townsend, and he was fucking really bald, and he still had the long dreadlocks. The gross thing about Devin Townsend is he fucking spit on the crowd the whole damn time. It was so fucking gross.
Do you remember when I asked Gene Hoglan, did he ever get hit by some of that? And he was like, yeah, it was like taking a bath every night.
Yes. Yeah, Travis Ryan does that shit, but he spits straight up and he fucking catches it. I mean, I'm sure there's a time or two where it like hit him on the side of the face, but he usually catches that shit or he walks away from it.
Right.
Yeah, but that Cody, that is an outstanding pick. To me, that's their favorite album among many really, really good soil work albums. And they actually, that Lamb of God show that I saw in 2007, it was soil work, and then it was Kill Switch Engage, which I didn't care for them all that much. And then it was Lamb of God. But soil work was really good. But that album that followed, Stabbing the Drama, wasn't as good. I thought it was overproduced. It didn't have the edge. The making of it video was a lot of fun to watch because I got the special edition CD of that. But I guarantee you guys, if you go buy that's another album. I forgot about that one. I would have had it on my list. That is a fucking 5 out of 5 star fucking album. It's really, really good. And if you like clean vocals that transition perfectly into more of a yell, they're not so much death metal growls. So fucking good.
Nosbong says, I'd let Bill Steer spit in my face.
Bill Steer is the guitarist of Carcass, for anybody who doesn't know that. She fucking loves Bill Steer.
A buddy of mine in high school, he went and seen Slipknot in Nashville at the Soulmate Center, and he ended up getting spit on by Corey Taylor, and he went home and took that shirt off and put it up and never washed it.
I don't know. I don't think that's one of those guys that deserves that much credit. But that's just me. The Corey Taylor, you guys gotta understand. Those first couple of records are fucking magic.
There's phases of Corey Taylor, like there's good, the shit, then the really shitty. The first albums are the good, then everything after Subliminal Verse is just.
Thank you. It's so good to hear somebody younger than me say that, because it for every fucking person that says they're a Slipknot fan, they're like, oh, they're so great. But I'm like, really? Do you know the first 2 records? What? It's like, exactly. You don't know where they started, how they started, and how amazeballs they were.
That tour for Iowa that they did in London, and they put out a DVD of it. That was Corey Taylor at his fucking best.
Absolutely.
It was a Disaster Piece is the name of it. I think that was the name of the whole DVD, but I know that's the name of the song too.
Yep. Right.
Now Corey, didn't Corey just write a few months ago that he loved Corey Taylor on the song Adderall from the last album? I'm just kidding, Corey. Cody, I'm just kidding. That fucking song, like, what the fuck? What the fuck was Slipknot thinking? That whole fucking album, like, fuck that.
I don't. The only album they put out recently that had anything was one song, and that was "The Devil and I."
Yeah, that one was all right.
To me, he's mixed Stone Sour with Slipknot, and it's just.
Oh, no, yeah.
As soon as that started happening, that's when I was like, I'm done. I'm good. We're Metallica-ing our way to being something special. And, you know, it's so evident. Just so evident. Man. So did everybody hit 5?
Yep.
Okay. So now we're into the honorable mention, and keep in mind, guys, they're not necessarily honorable mentions. It's just we could not put them on the list because our lists would be longer than both of my monkey arms. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to hit you with a few real quick. And, of course, everybody else has theirs as well. So I have to bring up High on Fire, Rumors of War, 2007. High on Fire. Matt Pike, I mean, they've taken it to Doom to a heavier level, and just more aggressive Doom, but it was a nice mixture of slow with a little bit of heavy. So it was kind of like they were influenced by Corrosion of Conformity, I think, a little bit. But they're different. Again, gotta love the Swedes. They're phenomenal. How can we not mention the late, great Peter Steele? Typo Negative, I Don't Want to Be Me. What a great fucking record. There's, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. It's just a fucking phenomenal record. Immortal, Sons of the Northern Darkness.
Oh, that's really good. That's a really good album.
Just
That's a really good album. That is one of my fucking first albums into black metal. It's so fucking good.
absolutely.
I also got a comment for you.
Oh, there we go. Where'd we go? Mousebonk says there's the typo. I was waiting. I mean, how can you not? You know what I mean?
I figured one of you two would have had typo on y'all's list, so I didn't put it on my main list at all.
Well, nobody said it, so I was just like, okay, I'm going to go for it. Mastodon, Crack the Sky.
Really good.
Do I need to say anything else? Probably one of their best records, in my opinion. And my last one, and this one's, again, this is just very, very, very hard to do. Catatonia, Great Cold Distance. Hopefully I wrote that down correctly. One of Catatonia's best.
Mousebong will make a comment about that. I guarantee you. 100% she better.
Exactly right.
She fucking adores that album.
Okay, I lied. There's one last record I have to absolutely mention. How can we not talk about Electric Wizard, Dope Lord? One of the fuzziest records I have ever heard that was so heavy and just so absolutely different in the realm of Doom. This record is looked upon as one of the greatest of the times. And it delivers everything you could possibly want and more.
Oh, that is an outstanding album. Really, really good. That's to me, that is the fuzziest album. I've never heard an album as fuzzy as that one. To me,
Me neither.
So fuzzy. It is so fuzzy that back then I couldn't handle that fuzz. It was too muddy for me, and I took it back and got my money back for it.
Too much fuzz for you.
It was. Like they need to shave. I'm not saying they need to do a Brazilian. But they at least need to shave that shit down.
Got to use the lawnmower, people. It was one of those records that it was just like, is it sludge? Is it just straight fuzz? What is it? It was. I never thought a band could do that, and they did that, and it was so fucking heavy. Just absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. Mousebonk says they need a little pizza slice. I love it. She also said, how did I forget Catatonia? Shame on you.
I know.
All right.
All right. My honorable mentions are Mastodon, Blood Mountain, September 12th, 2006. You could do Blood Mountain, fucking Leviathan, which they're playing on tour this summer with Lamb of God. They're playing the whole fucking album of Leviathan. This is Mastodon. And fucking Lamb of God is playing the entire album of Ashes of the Wake on the tour this summer, August 26th in Omaha.
We're going.
So fucking good. My second honorable mention, and these are all fucking 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 star fucking albums. I love the Mastodon Blood Mountain album. Bron Daler does not use double kicks a whole lot, but he fills in and he does stunningly beautiful jazz shit with his toms, with his fucking snare, with all of his cymbals. He is fucking outstanding. What a sweet human being. This album is so complicated. It's so fucking good. So damn good. Blood Mountain, that's my favorite Mastodon album. Crack the Skies, amazing. It's so personal from Bron Daler. Leviathan's fucking amazing. Remission came out in these years. It's so fucking good too.
What?
Yeah, we were talking about fucking Devin Townsend like 15 minutes ago. What the fuck?
I know. What the hell happened, man?
He had a solid delay.
It must be.
Another one of my favorites is Fear Factory's Archetype, and it's even without Dino. Dino did not play guitar on this album. He went and focused on Brujeria quite a bit,
Right.
but this fucking album is so fucking good, bell to bell, except for I hate their fucking cover of the song Cars, or I think it's called In Cars by the Cars.
Yeah.
I fucking hate
The
that.
80s track. Yep.
Yeah, I fucking hate that cover. Like, that's always a fast forward through every fucking time. And then they have this tribal weird shit that's not metal and doesn't belong with the album at the very end. At least they left those 2 tracks for the very end. But outside of that, what really matters, the metal is so fucking good. Like
Right.
The Hand That Bleeds is kind of not quite a ballad, but it's such a tender, fucking deep, fucking dark song. Really, really good. So that's Fear Factory Archetype. And it's one that they don't even have on Spotify because Dino wasn't with the band at that time. It was so hard for me not to mention Satiricon's The Age of Nero. This came out on September 4th of 2008. Front to back, probably my favorite drum tone by Frost out of any album. His snare cuts through everything. His kicks are 100% organic and they stand out. Fucking love this album. 5 out of 5 stars for me. Fuck all of the black metal traditionalists that don't like this fucking album. It's so fucking good.
I couldn't agree more. I hate that pure.
And my last one, because I too had forgotten about Catatonia, I wrote it down right away. It came out in 2009. My favorite album from Catatonia is Night is the New Day.
Oh, that's a good one too.
They opened up for Opeth, and this is Opeth without not even one fucking growl. Fuck you, Michael Ackerfeld, for that. That's some fucking bullshit.
Right.
I still love the show. I was, really taken by them, but they didn't play any of the old albums with the death metal vocals or any of the songs from this. But Catatonia's Night is a New Day. They fucking blew Opeth out of the water. 5 out of 5 stars, front to back. Excellent songs throughout. It's fucking amazing. Thank you so much. All right, the Filthy Lobster has joined us.
He's like, I made the tail end. You got any honorable mentions for us, Cody?
And my first one is from 2003. It's Typo Negative's "Life Is Killing Me."
Yup.
Real altogether typical badassery of Peter Steele. My next one is from 2004. It's Exodus. Is Tempo of the Damned. Has the song, I believe, The Blacklist on it. Is really good, thrashy Exodus. Then I have Cradle of Filth's Midian from the 2000. This one, I'm kind of shocked neither one of y'all said anything, but it's from 2009, and it's Heaven and Hell's The Devil You Know.
That's a good one.
I couldn't say everything. You know what I mean? I got to leave something for everybody.
Yep.
Fucking fantastic, man. Shoot, there was even a Nile record that came out in that decade.
So many.
It's like, how do you not leave them off? But I mean, there were so many good ones. Oh no. Babylon said they co-wrote Adderall with Sleep Token.
That's
For the
thank you,
first time in
Babylon, for the
history.
win.
For the first time in history, I'm not the one to mention Sleep Token to piss Beast off.
Oh, that's so fucking good. Babylon. What a clever dude, man. We really have got to do this Addicts of Reapers Underground annual meeting. It would be so fun. Just think of all the alcohol we would consume. I will bring fucking shrooms for a couple people, but not everybody. Man, fucking shrooms, fucking eat like crazy. What a good fucking time. And we'll have a Human the Hoof Beast free show for everybody too.
Right, exactly right. Oh man, it has been an absolute blast, as always, on this very auspicious Monday evening, where I'm sure everyone has had some type of day. I mean, you know, Avasarikon had somebody try to tell him that, you know, he doesn't want to end up in hell. Cody there has had a rough one as well. He ended up in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, it's been a day, and it's been an absolute blast talking about some of these staple records that maybe some of us have forgotten about. Because, I mean, shoot, it's what, 25 years later? And maybe it's time to revisit any of the ones that we've mentioned. And y'all out there in the Attic section have also brought it tonight, too, with some awesome selections from 2000 to 2009. And metal is getting so much more exciting these days. I can't wait. I really think we should do a 2010 to 2019 edition as well sometime in the future, because there's some really great albums during that decade as well. And, you know, this particular decade we're in right now, I think is just really pushing the limits in some of these amazeballs genres, where people aren't afraid to take a creative step, and they're bringing the heavy, like, I don't know, everybody's killing it in my opinion, across the board, not just black metal, not just death metal, doom metal. I mean, new metal is gone and done. Come on. It's it's not going to make a resurgence. It's the extreme metal that is really breaking down doors right now, that I think is just It's an exciting time for metal, but it's great to revisit some of these older records. And there was a comment back here. Filthy Lobster said, "I like shrooms, but I'm really addicted to the moist." So we are glad to hear that that you're keeping it moist over there, Filthy Lobster, as we hope everybody is. But so many great shows coming up this week. Definitely stay tuned to Morgrot Entertainment, Morgrot Universe, as there's going to be some great shows. We have Reapers Underground coming this Thursday. And let me not get ahead of myself, because Carnage and myself on Wednesday night have a new horror barbecue for you, as we are going to be talking about one of the fucking most brutal horror films that most people don't know about. And I'm telling you, after we go through it with you, you're going to want to watch it. And of course, don't forget the goddamn program on Saturday night. If you want to get down and get sinful, tasty, and moist, you're going to want to make sure you join this Saturday night for all the fun. Because let me tell you, the last episode, legendary. If you missed it, if you weren't a part of it, go back and watch it. It's on the replay on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you so much, Cody, for joining us tonight, brother. It's been a blast having you a part of Tracks of the Damned. Excellent, excellent choices, man. Always a pleasure. And don't forget, get over to Defiler of the Crown art page. Follow, like, share. Check out the amazing art that he is putting out there. And don't forget, everybody out there in Morgrot Universe, myself and Brother Cody are going to be out there in just a few short weeks. Nashville Horror Con. We cannot be more excited. So come down, hang out with us. It's going to be a great time. But, you know, the most important thing is you're getting ready to start the rest of your week tomorrow. Give the boss the finger and make sure to stay heavy.